Alright, today we're going to be doing the energy suspension shifter bushings for the 3rd gen Eclipse manual transmission. I figured today would be a good day since it's not too cold out and it's starting to get winter and everybody's going to be putting up the cars. Yeah, so I'm going to teach you how to do these. I've already got a bunch of stuff done to the car already. Waiting on one more set of these ARP bolts. These are ARP extended studs. They didn't go in right for some reason. I'm not understanding why these ones didn't go in right. They just keep popping off, but the other 3 went in just perfect. So I've got one caliper and one rotor over here, but the rest are done. So I've got another set on the way, and I'm gonna have them pressed in instead of doing it myself. But we're going to be doing the shifter bushings, so I'm going to teach you how to do that. Upcoming, I've got a guy, I hunted down the guy who has the speedometer needles that change colors the faster you go. He does them from any color you want, green to red, blue to red, whatever. But I hunted him down and he is making those for me. I'm not going to make a video on it unless it actually comes out right. So I'm just waiting on him. I think he's from another country because he's kind of hard to talk to. But yeah, we'll get that done. I'm gonna go ahead and stick the NOS bottles in here pretty soon and get it set up for purge. Show you how to do that in your Eclipse. There's a lot of things that I could go through. Side skirts are coming. You know, I could go through the Lambo door install. There's a lot of things I could go through. But today, like I said, we're going to be doing the energy suspension shifter bushings. Everybody I've talked to said it's a really tight response. You know, there's no more play in the stick. So let's go ahead and get that done. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to remove the battery in the battery tray. You're going to need a 12 millimeter for these right here. Actually, I don't know, 12 and 10. I know it's those two you need. I'm not sure which. Well, I'm sure you can figure that out. But the shifter bushings, this is one, and that's one over there, right here. So that's what we're going to be changing out. I'm going to get rid of some of this rust. God, these cars are notorious for rust. I hate a dirty car. Like inside and out. I hate how people take care of their cars before you buy them. So I'm going to clean up all this, and I might just cut off this because I'm going to be doing a battery location, and I don't really want the battery up here, so I might just cut this off to get easier access to the bushings. But yeah, so take that step, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm going to show you the top one. So once you find out this top one right here, what I did is it has this little cotter pin on top of it. Just pull it out, and then this was in there. All you have to do is just get something, I guess, like, I got this big ass screwdriver, and just push hard on it and it pops right out. So that's how you remove the bushing. And you can see this bushing is crap. It's all ate up. Looks like crap. So I'm going to go ahead and replace this one. Okay, your next step, once you put that in there, you're going to have this piece. That piece, I'm sure y'all can figure this out on your own, but you want it to go on the shifter. It goes around right here on the other side. It just slides in through there. Okay, so we ran into a problem that I didn't know about because it's fucking weird. So when you're doing the shifter link bushings, they don't quite go on because there's a brass fitting that's right around this. It'll seem like it's a part of it, but it's not. It's this little fitting right here, which was sitting on this. It looks like it's part of it, but it's not. So I did some research, and what you have to do, you have to take a Dremel, kind of cut it up as best as you can without, hitting that, and keep twisting and just fuck with it until it comes out. Because those won't go on until this thing is off. So, yeah, you gotta take a Dremel, get a cutoff wheel, metal cutoff wheel, and, kind of do the thing. Let me see if I can't get in here closer to the other one. Do you see... Shit, where's it at? On the phone. Okay, you see how this tip right here is different from that? That's the brass fitting. And you can't twist it off with vice grips. You can't. It's like stuck on there. And from what I read, most cars are like that. So, yeah, get a cutoff wheel with a Dremel and be careful and just start taking slices out of it. Get a pair of vice grips, keep twisting until it breaks free. And then it'll just slide off like butter. After that happens, it pretty much will just fit on there. Yeah, fucking car. Yeah. Fits on there. Sure it does. Just gotta push down. But yeah, gotta do that step. Okay, on the second one, got the second one out. Like I said, you see where I cut it? I just kind of cut it up and then twisted it until it broke free. I don't know if it's rusted on there or what the hell. But once you take those off, you got it. I don't know what the deal Energy Suspension's deal was, why they couldn't just make the holes big enough to fit around those. But that's what it is. You have to have a Dremel. You have to cut that up. So, hope that helps. Alright, the last part of this install is the cotter pin. You already know how that goes. You just slide the cotter pin in each one of the holes that are on the, I guess we call them studs. But yeah, and then you have, I don't know, energy suspension bushings on your shifter link cables. So that's that part. Alright, for my next trick, we're going to be putting in these. So, what you got to do, you'll take out this. If you don't know how to do this right here, you shouldn't even be working on your car. Like, this thing has to come off so many times to be doing shit. It's unreal. Basically, just check out where the Phillips head bolts are. I think there's about four of them, I think. Pop this off, remove your shift knob, take that out so this whole thing can come off. And once you get that done, then go to the next step. Alright, secondly, once you got your center console off, you're going to be, I think these are 10mm or 12 because it's the most common used on these cars. But you're going to be removing this one, all four of them, because that's what we're replacing. Those, where the fuck they are, I don't know where they are. Those are going in there. So I'll remove that real quick and show you how to do that, and this will wrap up this video. Okay, so here we are 2 days later from the last clip that I did with the shifter linkage bushings. It rained all day yesterday, so here it is the next day. So I got the center console off. This had to come off, which is easy. There's a screw here, and it just kind of pulls out, and then you kind of disconnect the cigarette lighter and just disconnect the plugs. But here's what we're replacing. We're replacing these with these. So what you got to do, this 12mm, just take out all four. Some people take out the bottom two, loosen up the top so this doesn't move around, but whatever you want to do. I took a flathead and I pried it out, but you're gonna need this metal sleeve, that little metal piece right there. So once you get those out and then these little metal pieces, I'll go to the next part. Alright, so once you got all the bolts undone, this is your bushing. This comes in two pieces. piece. But here's how it goes. You take that little circle piece off. This side goes down like that. Push it through. Where'd that piece go? Oh, shit. I'll just get another one for a second. Then you take this piece. This one goes to the bottom. Kind of mounts in there. And then took these. I cleaned these up. I had a lot of crap, and I guess the other owner spilled soda or something. It was a bunch of stuff, so I cleaned all this up. But anyways, all you do is push it down, go on this side, and that's pretty much it. And then you put the bolts in there. Repeat that 3 more times, and then we'll go from there. Alright, and you put the bolts in, tighten them down, and that's it for that. So if you did the linkage bushings and the base bushings, your transmission, your clutch, and everything, well, not your clutch, but shifting's going to feel so much tighter. Like you don't have much play anymore. It's so it's like precise. See, there's no, the only play that I have is just in the shifter. You see, because it's a Momo rep shifter. But yeah, and I didn't even tie it on all the way. It still needs to be screwed in, just to show you. But yeah, if you mix that with a short throw, I'm going to be getting rid of this one. I grabbed this at the junkyard. Some dude had a modified 3G, and I just grabbed his Tane springs and this. But Evo 8 has a better one that I'm looking at. So they also fit on this. It's the same setup. So I'm going to be grabbing a different short throw, but mix all those together, and it's so much different. Next is going to be these moment gauges. It's M-O-M-A-N is how you spell the name. These are not cheap. These are about $140 just for the plate. Carbon fiber bezel was ordered separately, and then with the color changing needles that are coming, I just took the paint off that and bought some needle paint and did it green. But yeah, I'll be doing that video next, and then I think after that, just little shit, you know. I'm gonna wait until I put the nitrous in and get that purge set up and all that when everything else is installed. When it's basically a whole car, I'll put the nitrous off, because I'm kind of weary on putting the nitrous in where I live. But yeah, so that'll be it for this video. Hope that helps.